Okay, so YouTube is telling me that my channel is 2 years old, so I thought that it would be a good time to update from the other video that I did, how YouTube changed my life after a year of being on this platform. I'm in the middle of a kitchen renovation, which should be posted on the channel once it's done, so the lighting is not what I'm used to because we need the light upstairs for doing the renovation. But I just wanted to take maybe about 10 minutes to just kind of go through what it's like to have a channel for 2 years. I have gotten just under 70,000 views on my content, which is kind of dope. 3.1 thousand watch hours, so getting closer to that goal of monetization, and 790 new subscribers. And I'm remembering what Ali Abdaal said about wanting to start a YouTube channel and this idea of post a video every day, or sorry, every week for 2 years, and it will change your life. I really liked that at the time, and it represented a commitment to something that's not going to see an immediate payoff. And a lot of other content creators have talked about how the people who succeed on YouTube are the ones who stick with it. And one of the concerns that I've had over the years, just in my life as being an adult, is not sticking to things and not following through. I get really excited about new projects, and then that new project energy wears off, and then I tend not to follow through with them. It's been a struggle my entire adult life, but in thinking about how this journey on YouTube has gone, it's been really kind of awesome in that the 2-year anniversary snuck up on me. I had no idea that I'd been on this platform for 2 years, and to be nearly monetized in that amount of time, having not posted every week. 2 years I've posted, I think it's 45 long form videos. And if you watch my episode on my day job and earning tenure, you'll understand why that rate of long form publishing has not been as high as I had wanted to. But the fact that it's been 2 years and I posted 45 long form videos and I have nearly gotten monetized in that period of time, I don't know, the more I talk about it, the more excited I am about the possibilities of this channel. To have nearly 800 subscribers and only 45 videos posted, I think it's pretty impressive. I'm really proud of that. And I think that now that I'm on the other side of tenure, again, go back and watch that video if you haven't already, I'm gonna have more time to post this content. But I think the other thing is, and one of the things that I've been focused on since the new year started, so I started the year with 500 subscribers. And so in half a year, I have almost gained 300 subscribers. And I didn't really post that much. I haven't really posted that many videos this year, this first 6 months of the year. So that's encouraging. But I think more important than that is the fact that it's taken me a while to get into a groove of content creation, so that I'm lowering the activation energy it takes to formulate an idea for a video, get set up to film it properly so I'm getting good footage, and then getting to a point of actually sitting down and producing it. Hey folks, I just wanted to take a break and let you know that one of the best ways to get the most out of the content on this channel is to subscribe to my newsletter. Every Sunday, I give you more depth and insight into the topics I cover on Out There JCH, including thoughts and perspectives that I don't really share on this platform. The newsletter is free to sign up, and as an incentive to becoming a subscriber, I'm offering a free wild food resource guide that will help make you a more capable harvester and home cook. Just click the link in the description to sign up. Okay, let's get back to the episode. I have to give a shout out. They're not sponsoring this video, but they could be, to Gling, because Gling has increased my video editing production by tenfold. The fact that you can upload a video, a talking head video, and it edit it for you, reduce or remove the ums and uhs and pauses and things like that. You can get a pretty good talking head product in less than an hour, is just jump-started my video production quite a bit. This is another thing that Ali Abdaal talked about, is getting things set up so it's easy for you to just start filming. Like I said, we're in the middle of a kitchen renovation. My wife and younger child are at Home Depot getting some supplies that we need to keep that project going. And I just came downstairs to check in on how things are going on the channel, and notice that it's been 2 years. I was like, oh, I should make a video about that. So here I am making a video about that. And it didn't take me really any amount of time. My camera's set up. I've got my key light up here, or not I'm using it as a key light, but just this light here, because my main key light is upstairs, lighting up the kitchen so we can work in there. But you know, again, it was just easy for me to just sort of like set up and get started. So yeah, so 2 years on YouTube is really interesting. So maybe let's delve into some of the videos. Oops, and my wife is calling. So let me pause and we'll get back here. Yeah. Okay. So I wanted to look at some of the content on my channel to see, you know, what videos are getting the most views and just sort of delve into the analytics just a little bit. So my #1 video is the Silverado video. And, you know, this video has 13,000 views, which is just bonkers to me. That many people have viewed this video. The next most popular one is with 8,200 views is the groundhog video. That one continues to be the most popular video of the content that I set out to create on this channel. I'm also kind of blown away that this video is the most popular one, but again, it's, you know, it's striking a nerve with people. Then the other most popular videos at about 2,000 views are the ones where I talk about hunting and race, which is another aspect of this channel that I will continue to talk about. So I'm really proud of the fact that content is doing well. Another long form video is the Ethical Hunting 101. I'm really encouraged about this video being in the top 10 because it, I think, goes well with how I want to turn this interest in this channel into a business, and I'm still in the process of doing that. And this is the lifetime traffic source. This should be interesting. So this is like people signing into YouTube and then just scrolling and seeing what's being put forth on them to view. Suggested videos, that's encouraging that YouTube is suggesting my videos. About 15% of the watch hours comes from that. YouTube search, so people specifically searching for things that I'm talking about, is about 11%. So that's pretty good. And what's also interesting is that the suggested videos average is almost double what it is for the browse features and for anything else on here. So in terms of, oh, this is interesting. In terms of just browse features, my click-through rate for videos is about 5.1%. That's encouraging. I look at the click-through rate on a lot of my videos when they post, just to see if, you know, they're catching people's eye. And it seems like for suggested videos, the click-through rate is pretty low, even though people who do end up watching them stay engaged longer. And then YouTube search, the click-through rate is pretty high. So I'm encouraged by that. I think that one of the things I was a little bit discouraged about was the fact that my click-through rate is about 4.4%. What I most care about are people finding my content sort of organically through browse features and through YouTube search. So it seems like if people are just scrolling through and they see my videos, they're like, ooh, that's interesting, at a higher rate than actually if they're suggested, which is kind of interesting. So I have a feeling though that the fact that my suggested click-through rate is low has to do with the fact that I create hunting content, and my hunting content talks about race, and a lot of people who consume hunting content have no desire to learn about race and hunting and the intersection between the two. So I would imagine that my suggested video click-through rate being that low has to do with the fact that my videos are being suggested to people who have no desire to talk about race.
And I want to thank my haters too, because they be downloading my stuff so they can hear it and talk crap about it, but it benefits me.
Because, you know, the other click-through rates are a bit higher. What other metrics here? Gender, yeah, average percentage viewed. So men are watching my content. I'm a little disappointed about that, actually. I'd like it if more women were watching the content, but I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that a lot of my content is pitched towards men, and I guess like the subjects I talk about are kind of in that wheelhouse. But I'd like to, as I grow my channel, I like to see this even out, because that's a huge demographic of people that I'm clearly not reaching. And, you know, just from a well-rounded channel and a broad base to earn revenue, I'd prefer to have more women. So I have to be thinking about how I might want to change my content to appeal to more women viewers. Let's look at the age demographics here. And Yeah, it looks like the two age demographics. So it looks like about 60% of the people who view my content are between the ages of 25 and 44. But what's also interesting is that when you look at the watch time hours, that is skewed to about 75% of that coming from people 35 years or older. And I guess that makes sense, right? Older folks tend to have longer attention spans. Younger folks tend to have shorter attention spans. Cool. Let's see. So there's end screen information and card information here. I've really limited the number of times I put cards in my videos simply because I don't want people to stop watching a video. Like, cards are kind of interesting. They're a nice placeholder, I guess, for people. And if you were playing part 2 of a video, it's good to have a card for those who may have missed the first episode. But for like standalone stuff, I don't like to put cards and stuff because I don't want people to interrupt their viewing to watch another one of my videos. I mean, maybe they come back, but that's just not something that I'm all that interested in doing. So we look at the end screened element here. Okay, interesting. So I have how to fillet and process a lake trout at the end screen of my groundhogs video, and which gets a lot of views. So this is something I think I really need to think about and maybe change, because people only click that particular video about 8% of the time. And I think maybe I want to go in and change that end screen to best for viewer and allow YouTube to determine which of my content is best to show. So that's something that I think is, of all the analytics that I've looked at, I think that's one of the things that can pay the most dividends sort of like right away. So let me go back and look at that video, and then this will be a nice little kind of like tutorial on how to do that. So let's go to, where is it? Groundhog. All right, so we go to edit, and then we go to end screen. What do I have here? Video, and yeah. So I've got specific videos here playing, and that is a mistake because I should only have one video showing. So there's 2 videos here, and I think I'm gonna delete one and then allow YouTube to select a video from your channel to best suit the viewer. I think that's what I'm gonna do from now on, because this video gets consistent views, and if I'm pre-selecting what I want folks to watch next, then it's not going to be the best thing. So I'm going to have YouTube make the decision. I'm going to save that, and then we'll come back and see if that makes a difference. And then maybe let's do the same thing for some of my most popular videos. So if I sort by views and then I go to the end screen here, I've got 2 choices, and I really just need to get rid of that one. I think one video is best and best for viewer. Save those changes. So for these videos that are getting a lot of views, it's best to let YouTube decide which video that's going to be until, I have a stable of videos that really do well, and I can kind of sort of like funnel people into those videos. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna change that, not best for viewer, but I'm gonna choose a specific video, because I like for people to see if they're gonna be watching this video, the first Silverado video, I want them to watch the second Silverado video. So let me set that there. Yeah. One of the things that I've learned from Maurice Moves, his content, is he has really awesome end screen. I mean, like, his content is amazing from front to back, but his end screen videos, he has 2, lead you into like the next thing. He's got like this great ecosystem of content that he can just funnel people into, and it's clear that he sort of thought about that. So delving into the analytics of this 2-year anniversary has really helped me understand how I can leverage things on my channel to better serve people staying within my ecosystem and viewing that content. So my last long form posting before this big break in between was March 9th, and then I didn't post again until June 19th. So I had like 3.5 months hiatus of posting. But still, during that time, I was averaging like, 70 views. Is that right? Yeah, I was averaging like 70 views a day on my channel, which is pretty dope. Yeah, and so since the year started, I've gained 295 subscribers, 1,000 watch hours, almost 1,500 watch hours, and 36,000 views. So if we think about like the lifetime of my channel, half of the views that I've gotten from my channel have come just in the last 6 months, which is wild. More than half, actually. But the fact that a lot of people are viewing my content and for that 3.5 month break is really encouraging. Okay, I'm kind of rambling at this point, but yeah, 2 years on YouTube. I think the biggest thing I would say is be gentle with yourself and allow yourself to create this process as a habit. And it's expensive to do that, like all the equipment that I have, and you have to carve out time to do it, and that's a tough thing to do, especially if you have a demanding day job, you might have young kids, which I have, and you're just managing a lot of other things. It can be a bit of a challenge to establish this as a habit, but that's really the biggest thing. And to try to cut out as much noise as you can, that's difficult because you're watching your analytics, you want your channel to grow and all those things, but trying not to pay attention too much to that until you've established the habit of creating content on a regular basis. And for me, I'm still not quite there where I feel like this is a habit. I do feel like over the last maybe couple of months, and since earning tenure, been able to create space for me to do that. So yeah, you stick with it and don't be discouraged if you fall off for a period. But creating a habit rather than trying to get to particular metrics and goals, I think is the biggest thing. Because once it's a habit, you think about it less, or at least the anxiety of, is this going to do well? You just focus in on, let me just create this content and get it out. So Tamara Gabriel, who I'm pretty sure is based in the UK, has another one of my favorite YouTubers, recently said, you can't improve on what you're not working on. And so if you're not posting, if you're not actually in the process, then you can't get better at it. You can't improve on something that you're simply you have in your head. So I think that's the biggest thing, and just taking your time. It's gonna take time. It's gonna take time. And I think one thing you have to do is prove to yourself that this is something that you enjoy doing and that you think is gonna be worthwhile. And for me, the answer to that question is absolutely yes. I love making content. I love posting it. I love creating this small community of people who are interested in these things and connecting with folks. It's a lot of fun. At some point, I'd like to be able to make the choice on whether or not I want to continue in academia or whether or not I want to do this full time, but I'm a long way from that. But I think that, I feel good about building the foundation for one day being able to make that decision and to feel good about it. So anyway, 2 years on YouTube, almost at the subscriber threshold for getting monetized, because again, that is one of my goals, to start making money from the content that I'm creating. I've got a ways to go in terms of watch hours. That's gonna take a little bit more time. So that's just a matter of ramping up and posting on a more regular basis. But yeah, 2 years, almost 800 subscribers is not too bad. So we're getting there slowly but surely. And yeah, we'll just keep creating content. So yeah, drop a comment below if you are thinking about starting a YouTube channel or have started a YouTube channel and you're maybe struggling with consistency, that sort of stuff. I've not solved that, but I'm curious to know what has worked for you all and whether or not this video was helpful in encouraging you to do so. And I guess I'll see you next time on